Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singy, we get a treat today here in one of the historic ballparks in the entire sport.
Well, love the day games here on the north side of Chicago. There is an energy and an atmosphere that just trickles on inside, and we're going to see a great matchup today.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set. Today's starting pitcher, Jameson Taillon.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Okay, all set to go. Up now for Milwaukee, Christian Yelich. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And away we go this afternoon. The 0-1. Swings through that one.
0-2.
And 1-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Hey, come on, guys.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Let's go, Chicago!
And a 1-2. This one popped up. Swanson on his way over. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Batting second, the catcher, William.
And now it's William Contreras.
Well, I got a chance to meet William during spring training as he was coming up trying to get to the big leagues, and this kid's got some ridiculous pop. Watched him on the backfields taking batting practice. All of his coaches would just kind of roll their eyes and say, this kid's going to be great, without actually saying the words. Then later that season, I got a chance to chat with Wilson, big brother, and ask him about little brother, and he smiled as well. Said, yeah, he's good, and gave me that look that I think he might be better than me eventually.
Next pitch is outside. And that one clips the corner.
2-1.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One down.
On the ground to the left. Gets the catcher by a step.
Batting third, the first baseman, Carlos.
And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana.
Hey, 2 outs.
That's in for a strike. Two down, nobody on. Ground ball to the right side, and he picks it up and he'll put it in his pocket. And he deals.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. On the ground. And it kicks off the bag. Fair ball. And it kicks off the base of the wall. Happ throws to second, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Welcome back. And today's starter, Adrian Hauser.
Well, he's got great stuff, but what makes his stuff even better is his delivery. Hides the ball for a very long time, high leg kick, and by the time the hitter sees it, it's right on top of him.
Leading off from
Here's Mark Canha.
The designated hitter, Mark Canha.
Taillon back to work. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0.
Go now. Let's go. Let's go.
This to third. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 10,
Sal Frelick now at the plate. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And there's the strike.
He's so solid, calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
Next offering is in for a strike.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
In the air out to center. Mastroboni on the move. Great effort on the leaping grab.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those could be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Willie Adames stands in.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
The wind of the pitch. And a swing and a miss there.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Hey, get him yourself right here.
0-2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. Second inning here. No score.
Come on, Cubby.
Ground ball left side. And it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here at Wrigley Field, here's Josh Donaldson. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
Hey, place it first. Place it first.
The pitch. Check swing foul. Josh Donaldson, a guy who was originally drafted by the Cubs and went to the A's in the Rich Harden trade. Early in his career, he actually played third base and caught. He got a chance to catch the big league level with Oakland a little bit early in his career. Ground ball right side. Bellinger takes it to the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, Bryce Terang.
This is Bryce Terang.
Yeah, but one thing I remember about Josh Donaldson is he was one of the first guys when we started talking about, launch angle and bat coming through the zone, being level, being flat, all of those things that are just commonplace today. Well, he was kind of one of the first guys that really started to break that down.
Hey, we got one.
And the pitch. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
2 outs here.
Next offering is downstairs.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Top of the third, no score. Down the right field line. That's a base hit.
The left fielder, number 22.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
On the north side of Chicago, John Shambi and Chris Singleton. Here's the left fielder, Christian Yelich. Yelich, in his 10th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Next offering is down low. Taylor leads off first with 2 down to the inning. On the ground, right side. Fires over to Bellinger. Yelich out on the play. And that is that. Milwaukee leaves 1, and we are still scoreless. And here's the catcher, William Contreras.
The catcher,
0 for 1 so far.
William
He is
Contreras.
a talented player. His big brother Wilson has voiced that his little brother may end up being better than he is.
That one's in there, and that's strike 1.
First here.
The pitch. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
And here's the first baseman, Carlos Santana. In there at the knees, strike 1.
No balls, 1 strike.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
It's just been an impressive outing so far. Continues to pound the zone pitch after pitch, and he's been able to stay down. That's what's been key.
Righty to the plate. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And the right-hander deals. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
We're going to take a look at the pitch sequence of that at bat, and the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone, and as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect a pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Now at the plate, Mark Canha. Fought off foul.
Cubs, please win.
Now the 0-1. And ball 1.
1-1.
Hey, come on now.
Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here at Wrigley Field, new inning getting started, and here is Sal Frelick.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
Check swing went around, and the count is 0-2. And that one is inside.
It's a good take.
Hey, we got no outs.
On the ground to third, and that's a fair ball.
Now batting.
Next for the Brewers, Willie Adames. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Nobody here, nobody.
And here it comes. Turned on, but foul wide of third.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, try to stay out of a double play here.
And the righty deals. And that's outside.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
And a ball and 2 strikes. And another ball.
That's a really good take.
Next pitch is outside.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Got him. Now 1 away.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Now it's Josh Donaldson's turn to hit.
Nope. Ball.
And takes low for ball 1.
1-0. Hold up.
The pitch. That's in there.
1-1.
One down, one down.
Here's a swing and a drive. This one headed down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone out of here. With 1 swing, he quiets the crowd. The Brewers score first. It's 2-0.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Bryce Terang up now for the Brewers. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. In there for strike one. And that one missing low.
One down.
One and one.
Next offering is in for a strike. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And now 2 gone.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
And that one pulled foul. And a foul ball. The wind and the pitch.
Ball. 1 and 2.
Here we go, guys.
Ground ball right side. Mastroboni tosses to first, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them left the yard. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Brewers 2 and the Cubs nothing. Back here at the friendly confines. Start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Christian Yelich.
Got no one.
And the right-hander back to work. Just
Ball, that's
missed.
down.
Here we go, guys.
Now 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And downstairs. And a pitch. That one's in there. 2-2 now. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Now batting, catcher.
So up next, William Contreras. Contreras, an all-star a season ago, 25 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And that's in there for strike 1. And a pitch. And that is cut on and missed. 0-2.
One down, one down.
The line to kick the pitch. That one down the line and foul ball. Gonna count 1 and 2.
Ball.
And a pitch. And now the count is even.
Hey, here we go.
Struck him out looking.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the #3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Santana in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
Hey, 2 here.
And that one sliced foul. Here comes a pitch. Misses.
That's a ball.
And that is ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout, just didn't locate it very well.
Santana checks his swing, appeal to third, and he went around, according to Clyde Washington. Nothing doing here this half. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Brewers 2 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Drew Smiley.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Mark.
You're out.
Great pitcher's duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game, and for these guys it really came down to a few key at bats. This was a fun one to watch.
3-2 the final score. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.